Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we're talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, Season 7, Episode 19, Tell All No Limits Part 2. So, it just keeps getting better and better. So, as we all know, when we get right into this, this tell-all is different from other tell-alls because we are now it says tell all no limits, and they're showing scenes with the cast hanging out with each other at the hotels and everything. They're showing behind the scene footage and never before seen stuff, and I think it's pretty cool. What they're doing. And last week we left off with a cliffhanger with Big Ed and Liz when Ed's ex Rose showed up. Hold on one second, I have to find something. Just give me 1 second. Just 1 minute, I have to pull up something. Almost there. Okay, I got what I wanted. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, we left off with the cliffhanger with Big Ed and Liz and Rose. And this episode started off with Rose admitting that sent a screenshot that was sent. It was actually sent in 2021. Right before Ed got back together with Liz after getting back from Mexico on season 2 of The Single Life, he was DMing Rose and saying that he wants to come back to the Philippines and that he wants another chance. And Rose said, "Yeah, you're always welcome here." Kind of odd. And Ed was asked, "Have you had contact with Rose since their breakup or since the Bears all or whatever?" And he was like, "No." He said no 3 times that he don't remember. And then when Liz called him out about it, he just gonna play stupid like, "Me no speak English" and stuff. And I'm like, that was just so childish. Kimberly was like, "This is not a game, Ed, and there's nothing to laugh or joke about that." So Liz just had enough of it. And then Ed gonna be like, "Well, give me the ring back," right in front of everybody on set of the tell-all. So they get the ring back, and now another Big Ed Liz breakup. It's just so annoying. Everyone's saying, Liz loves him, but the abuse that she's getting from him, she's no angel as well. And if she keeps wanting that, then it's on her. Nobody's going to feel sorry for her. We all keep saying poor Ed is Big Ed is this, and that. But at some point, you're going to be like, "You know what, Liz, think about it for a little bit, please." So that was Big Ed and Liz. Next, we went over to Angela and Michael. So their journey, when Angela got back from Nigeria, she discovered that Michael was having another online relationship with another woman. He was telling this other girl that he loves her and that he's sending money to her and everything. And we're just like, and we were like Team Michael all season because of how Angela reacts. But at this point, maybe Angela was right. So he got caught. He kept on saying, "It's okay, baby, it's okay." And all the cast members, including Kimberly, were like, "No, Michael, it's not okay. It's not okay. Stop telling that." Angela starts crying. Angela never cries. Normally she's screaming. She is crying and stuff. And I actually, for once, felt bad for her, because Angela did not deserve that. All her suspicions about Michael having that Instagram up came true. Apparently, Michael was DMing that girl while he was in the bed with Angela. So Michael, you know what? I was rooting on him, but all the cast members just went against them. So last week Angela said she's brought a secret weapon to the tell-all, and I thought it was her friend Jen. But in reality, it was actually one of Michael's uncle. I think it was, I forget, I don't know if it's Uncle Rico or Uncle, it was Uncle something. And his uncle came in and said, like, you know what, in Nigerian culture, you have to respect the elders, and I'm the elder here. And I'm going to have a talk with Michael. When you're married, you don't have marital affairs. That's just how their culture goes. And he was Team Angela all the way. We were wondering what happened to Renee, Angela's friend that went with her to Nigeria. Renee shows up at the tell-all to explain her side of the story and everything. So I was glad to see that Renee came back and shared her story. And Renee said this, you know what, if Michael was cheating on Angela with another Nigerian, it would be over. But she could probably handle it right now, the fact that he's on the fact that he is just online chatting with somebody else. It doesn't make it better, but it's just, she could get through it better. So, they cry. Angela starts crying. She admits that Michael's visa can be here at any moment. So I thought he was in America by now, but I guess he's not. So they're apparently still together and working on their relationship. They may come back for another season if he is not in America, and if he has not gotten his visa, do not start filming for next season of Happily Ever After until he is in America. TLC with Angela and Michael. I just can't. So that was Angela and Michael. Next was Elizabeth and Andre. This got intense. This got interesting with Elizabeth and Andre. So, Elizabeth is not in studio. She is pregnant. As we all know, she already had her baby, but the time of the filming of the tell-all, she was pregnant, so she did not travel. They brought out Becky and Charlie, Elizabeth's sister and brother. Jen wasn't there, but they brought out Becky and Charlie. And the big topic of discussion was, of course, the Andre-Charlie feud with the drinking and Andre's deportation allegations. So, first is Andre and Charlie fighting. Well, who drinks more, bro? Charlie kept on saying, bro, like he was at the last tell-all. And Andre was like, what's with this bro? You got a mouthful of crap in your mouth and stuff. And Andre was rude by saying, oh, Elizabeth's my family now, and you're nobody to her and everything. And we're just like, what? Now, I know he can't stand the family, her siblings, but then that was below the belt. And Elizabeth's like, no, baby, that's not true. I love my sister and brother, and I care for both of them in that way and everything. So they go back and forth arguing, and then they brought out Andre's immigration lawyer. They brought her out, and she says what could have been, somebody in the family could have snitched, or the immigration found something from before. We don't know. And she had mentioned that it is illegal to make a false allegation on somebody. So apparently Andre, we just now figuring this out. We did not know this about Andre. Long before he met Elizabeth, he was in America before, from Moldova. I guess he was here on a student visa. And I guess apparently he stayed a couple of days longer than what he was supposed to. And they didn't go deep in that because his attorney stopped them for talking about it. She was like, as my client, I advise you not to answer that question. And so that's pretty interesting. And so it was just a back and forth with Elizabeth and Andre and Charlie and Becky, just Charlie called them hypocrites. And, everyone feels like Andre is really separating them from the family. The other cast members think that Big Ed put in his 2 cents. Said, I never seen you drunk in a fight, and Andre was like, I can't take you serious, dude. I can't take you serious. And, Big Ed calls him an idiot and stuff. And it's just a big mess and whatever. So of course, with Elizabeth's family, there's nothing being resolved. But at the end of that scene, it was the end of day one of the tell-all, and Andre and Becky went into the back room to see if they could like work out some some kind of trying to work out something in terms of seeing each other, because the debate is when Elizabeth has her next baby, and if Andre does get deported, they're all going to Moldova, no questions about that. And Elizabeth's sister Becky will miss them. They don't want their kids to be without their cousins and their nieces and nephews and whatever. And Andre and Becky had a nice little conversation trying to reconcile and be like, we need to see each other. We gotta try to work. And Becky actually kept her composure this time. She didn't scream at him, and they actually hugged at the end. Now, we ain't gonna see that with Charlie, but I'm glad Becky and Andre hugged each other and gonna try to work it out, but I still don't think it will. So that brings us to the end of day one of the tell-all, and just a lot went down. Angela and Michael, Elizabeth and Andre, Big Ann and Liz, like whatever. So, but it's not over. We go back to the hotel, and everybody goes back to partying. I guess Shida, Kimberly, and Liz rode in a car. Bilal and Ed rode in a car. Andre and Angela rode in a car, and Jenny, I forget who Jenny rode with, but anyway, they all go back to the hotel, and they're all at this like 5-star hotel, nice view and stuff, have dinner, have some drinks, and start partying. We've seen Big Ed and Liz try to make up, but Ed pulls Liz aside and says, "You should have stuck up for me. I had 6 other couples hounding me. You should have stuck up for me." And Liz was like, "You got caught in your lie. Like, you got caught in your lie and everything." And then Ed gonna talk about, "Well, Liz, you're performing. This is a performance from you." And then Liz just flipped out. Just like, "Wow, I'm just a performance." And it just escalated. So then Liz goes back and starts crying to everybody. She goes crying in Kim's arms, Angela's arms, and everything, saying that she's at her breaking point and everything, and that she loves him, but she's at her breaking point or whatever. So then Jovi and Andre meet back up again. They're still continuing their little feud from the day before, but Andre was like, "Well, what do you think of small A?" Andre says small Ed over there. And Jovi was like, "You know what, we may not see eye to eye on what we were disagreeing about, but we could both agree we would not talk to our fiancé wives like how Ed is doing Liz." And so Liz comes back in. She said, and Liz is talking to Andre and Jovi, and and they were saying like, "We would never talk to our wives like that and everything." And Liz just over it. And then all of a sudden, right behind, here comes Big Ed overhearing the conversation and everything. And then Liz just gets upset and starts storming away. And then Jovi confronts Ed, and like Jovi's like, "I don't know your situation," and Big Ed was like, "Yeah, you don't know my situation. Shut the F up and everything," and started to call him the P word and everything. And Liz goes by crying to Angela. Angela comes back in. Big Ed was talking all kind of crap with Jovi, and I thought they were about to step up. I thought they were going to step up, and then long behold, here comes Angela in the background, and all of a sudden Ed freezes. And we left off on the cliffhanger on that. So Ed gonna talk a good game, and gonna try to even almost like step up to Jovi. And then along comes Angela, and when he hears Angela, Ed's just like, so I was just like, I just started laughing. So yeah, that's where we left off. this tell-all has just been crazy so far. Like I told y'all from the beginning when these couples were announced, I'm like, I'm already ready for the tell-all. And this tell-all has not disappointed one bit. You know, not one bit. This tell-all has not disappointed. And and there's still 2 more parts to it. We got part 3 next week. So yeah, guys, that was the tell-all. Before I close the video, I just want to say I forgot to mention this in my last video when I did the Married at First Sight. I am praying on behalf of my channel, the Nathan Tim 2 channel here on YouTube. We are praying for that Buffalo Bills safety, Damar Hamlin, who was hospitalized last week after a big hit last week at a football game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Those of you who don't know, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills played last Monday night, and after a hit on safety Damar Hamlin, he collapsed on the field and was put in cardiac arrest and had to be taken off to the Cincinnati. He was in ICU for a couple of days. He finally started breathing on his own, and he's now back up and functioning well and in good spirits. He is recovering, so we thank God for that. I forgot to mention this in my last video that we're still praying for his safety and him recovering, because that was something scary and something the world just was shocked to see happen. And we're also praying for another former football player, Peyton Hillis, who is battling for his life after saving children from drowning. So, you know, this channel, I rarely talk on what's happening in the news, but when something really, really big happens, I do like to make mention to let everybody know that, sending my condolences. So yeah, I send my condolences and my prayers to the families of Peyton Hillis and Damar Hamlin. I'm glad to see Damar Hamlin is getting better and everything. And yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Before I go, 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way will be returning in a couple weeks. It will be returning on Sunday, January 29th. Yes, January 29th. And I'm about to introduce y'all to the couples of the Other Way. For this season 4 The Other Way. They're all new couples except for one, and I'll let you know who the couples are, and I'm going to read what TLC has on their website on who these couples are. So they released the trailer last week. I got so excited. I was like, yes, 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way is coming back. All new couples. It looks like it's going to be an interesting season. So I'm excited to see this. So the first couple, there are going to be 6 couples instead of 7. The first couple is a girl named Jen, who's from Oklahoma, and a guy named Rishi, who's from India. And their pre-bio says, after meeting in a hotel lobby on a trip to India, Jen took a hard pass on Rishi. Fast forward a month, she said yes to his marriage proposal. Rishi is facing a lot of pressure from his family as they want to set up an arranged marriage, and makes matters more complicated. They have no idea about his relationship with Jen. Ooh, interesting. So yeah, that's them. The next couple for the season 4 The Other Way we're gonna meet is we're gonna have 2 girls. We got this girl named Chris from Alabama, and this girl named Jemmy, Jeymi, from Colombia. And this one says, Chris has faced many challenges in her life, but now build a strong foundation for her family in the U.S. She risked everything to move to Colombia to marry Jemmy, who they never met in person. The clock is ticking with their wedding planned for just days after Chris arrives in Colombia. Ooh, so they never met and they're gonna get married in a couple days. Interesting. Can't wait to see that. The next one, we have a Nicole from California, and it says Mahmoud, Mahmoud, and I guess he's from Egypt. This couple, when I saw the trailer, kind of reminded me of Eve and Muhammad from 90 Day Fiancé. So this couple, Nicole and Mamoon from Egypt. Nicole met Mamoon in a fabric store on her last day of a spiritual tour through Egypt. On that very day, he proposed. Nicole traveled back to Egypt 3 weeks later to get married without informing her family and friends until after the fact. Now she's ready to go all in on her move to Egypt, but now Nicole worries that some cultural differences may be too big to overcome. Now, when I was watching the trailer for this, like I said, this really reminded me of Eve and Muhammad. So this is, I have a feeling I might be having some opinions when this season starts on this couple, just like I did with Muhammad. If you guys don't remember, go back to check my old 90 Day Fiancé Season 9 videos, because I really did not like Muhammad, and I'm seeing similarities there. The next couple is a returning couple. Now, this couple wasn't on 90 Day Fiancé. This couple was on the 90 Day Love in Paradise, the Caribbean, that aired on Discovery Plus first, and now it's currently airing on TLC. And that's Danielle and Johan. Now, y'all can go back to, I did Love in Paradise as well, so go back to my Love in Paradise videos as well to get their story. But Danielle and Johan, he's from the DR, she's from New York. She went down to the DR and married him. You know, she wants to move to the DR. He wants to move to New York. And it looks like she's in the DR. And now let's see how their married life is going. And so I'm glad that they're coming back. They came from 90 Day Love in Paradise now to the other way. So I'm glad that's our returning couple for 90 Day Fiancé the other way. So yeah, we got Danielle and Johan coming back. Next couple is Gabriel from Florida and Isabel from Colombia. So Gabe is budding entrepreneur who travels to Colombia for work. He meets Isabel, who accepts him for who he is. He is a transgender man. As their relationship fulfills, so does their fear of acceptance. And I saw in the trailer that when he talks to Isabel's parents, he's worried about being accepted. So I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. And the last couple, this is going to be the interesting couple. This is Debbie. She's from Georgia. And this guy, his name is Osama from Morocco. And they connected through a love of art. And despite Debbie being 43 years older than him, his senior, fell in love because their souls connected. Debbie is packing her bags to spend the rest of her life in Morocco with Usama. Although she faces skepticism from her family, Debbie is going with her eyes and heart wide open. So yeah, I saw the trailer for them. They have an interesting, I see what I'm seeing with that is I'm seeing a little bit of Laura and Aladdin from season 1 of The Other Way. I'm seeing a little bit of that, or Nicole and Asin. So yeah, so this is going to be an interesting season of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. So those are the couples for The Other Way. We'll recap episode 1 in a couple of weeks when Happily Ever After finishes. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday to do Married at First Sight. Also, another season of Darcy and Stacy is coming out. I am not going to be recapping that show. I'll just say a little recap during the 90 day recaps as it premieres, just like I'm doing with David and Annie, Lauren and Lexi. But Darcy and Stacy's coming back, so I'll be watching it, but I'm not going to recap it. So thank you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.